Yo, what's going on, guys? So I wanted to make a new series of like loadout card tier list, and then also kind of talk about each champion's talents. I did this in my Barrack, how to play Barrack like 101 video, but I think it would be fun to just make pretty much a tier list for all the characters. And so yeah, in this video I'm gonna start with Zhin. And I'm gonna go over his talent. So, in gold place, it's gonna be Yomi. I think Guillotine was definitely like gold plus platinum, for a good minute. But now that it got nerfed, they removed the immunity. They removed the ultimate gain, um, and then also the damage. And Yomi hasn't changed at all. So, and people before the guillotine nerfs were still playing Yomi, which I didn't really understand, but uh, I think Yomi is really good still. And there's some cards that can combo with Yomi pretty well. The good thing with Yomi is because you're increasing your damage, you're also getting your ultimate quicker. So even with Yomi, you could also combine that with like reload speed to get even more faster ultimate charge and better DPS. So yeah, Yomi is going to be in gold place. Silver place is going to be Smolder. Um, it's not much of healing. It's around 600 to 675 healing on a 15-second cooldown, which is really not much. But the good thing about it is that the Smolder heal is that Billow cleanses cauterize, so you're pretty much guaranteed the 600 heal, which is quite nice. And then you can also kind of reduce the cooldown of Billow a little bit. It's a little iffy, but I mean, you could maybe reduce it by 50%, and that's really pushing it. So that's like a 600 heal on a 7-second cooldown. It's not too bad, but it's better than guillotine. So, in bronze place, it's gonna have to be guillotine. I just it doesn't really do much. It's less reliable than the actual ultimate versus squishies, because you're just gonna be doing more damage with your normal ultimate, and then doing 100% health over like what, like 2-3 seconds. All that needs to happen is someone to like sneeze a little bit of healing onto the player that you're ulting or the tank that you're ulting for them to not die. Um, or just a little bit of resistances. And guillotine doesn't apply caught, so it's just really not that good anymore. So definitely would not recommend picking up guillotine. So this is live. This is my first take, and I'm just gonna kind of just be going over it. Um, and hopefully this is fun. So I'm just gonna put all the cards. S, A, B, C, D. So footwork, increase your movement speed by 10% for 3 seconds after activating counter. I try to increase the size of the window so you guys can kind of read the cards. I'll do a little bit of a better job to try cropping the words so you can read it a little bit better. But I'll also be talking out loud and reading them so you guys can see them. Um, Footwork, increase your movement speed by 3 seconds after activating counter. 3 seconds is a good amount. Counter is up pretty often. I just think that Zhin has quite a bit of movement options, so I'm gonna have to put this in D. Even at max, like 50% movement speed for 3 seconds, isn't really that much. Like you're wasting a lot of resources. You're spending a lot of loadout cards to get not even that much of mobility with this. Um, I'll bring it to C because you're adding mobility to your counter. So I guess you're just getting more mobility. But I personally don't think there's anything in running it. Even at a 1 card, I think you can run other things. Reduce the cooldown of Whirl by 1 second after hitting someone with your counter. Um, I'm gonna have to put this in C as well. The reason is because it sounds nice, but there's just better cards that can do kind of the same thing. Um, and we'll get to that. Perfect blocked heal for 100 after using counter. Never use this. You're always gonna have caught on you, so heals just and what it's like a 500 heal on a 7 second cooldown. That's really nothing, and it's gonna get caught anyways. Reduce the counter of by 15% after successfully hitting someone with your counter. Viciousness. This is going in A. I mean, this is pretty. This card should be pretty much just run in every single deck. Um, yeah, so that's pretty easy. Dragon Oil. Um, because Yomi is a little bit better, increasing your magazine size. I think what is it, 8 to 9 is not bad. So I'm gonna put this in B. I mean, this could be a pretty good one card. I wouldn't really recommend this any more than that, but this is definitely a contender for a one card. Increase your movement speed by 10% for 4 seconds after getting a killing blow. I'm gonna put this at C. Killing blows, like I don't know why people really bank on getting killing blows. I think people like what's important is getting the kill. So like you shouldn't be trying to play around getting killing blows. You should just like try to play around getting kills in general. So either eliminations or killing blows. But you know like eliminations are probably what are going to happen because you get eliminations by winning the number of game. And that's what I count on. I don't like to play the killing blow game. I'd rather play the elimination game, if that makes any sense. Infamy. If you know me, I think I think maximum health is just completely dog shit. Except for maybe on Rom and like Yaggaroth. Like the only time you would run health is to make veteran better. And I think they changed veteran anyways, right? So there, it just makes you like it makes your off tanking a little bit better because like you can get back into the fight faster with veteran. But that's it, and it only counts on like low health tanks that have like 3,000 health. So like 75 or 750 health on top of 3,000 is quite a bit more than 250 on top of 2,000, right? Um, if that makes sense. Like the difference there is going to be about like on a squishy, it's going to be about a 10% health increase versus like someone like who has 3,000. It's going to be pretty much like a 30% increase or whatever. Malice, increase your reload speed. I think this is definitely S tier now. Because we're going to be using Yomi. All you have to do is put 2 points in a Malice, and what that'll do is if you get Deft Hands 2, then you pretty much get Deft Hands 3 without having to pay 750 credits. So you only have to pay for 750 credits to get Deft Hand 2, and then you save out on the rest of the Deft Hand 750 for Deft Hands 3 because it goes up. You get your first 2 levels, and then the next level costs the same as the first 2 levels, right? Like doubled. Um, and so it only costs 2 loadout cards for 750 free credits. That is value, and we're using Yomi now, right? So I think this card was already good with Guillotine because it increased your DPS, right? And with Guillotine, you had like ultimate gain, so more. You're just getting more ultimate gain. So and now you could just kind of go for Deft Hands, like Deft Hands 1. You get Deft Hands 2 pretty early with like Caught 3, and then you could go into something like Haven because Haven's actually good now, and have like a good mid game item shop. Regenerate generate ammo after using Billow. I guess I'll just put this in B. It's ammo card. It can kind of increase your DPS, but it's on a 15-second cooldown. I mean, I personally wouldn't really use it. I'm gonna skip Fan the Flames just for a second. Hideout. Um, Reduce the cooldown of Whirl by 1 second after using Billow. So what's really good about this is you use this at 5. And what it'll allow you to do is whirl, billow, and then whirl immediately after billow. So you're getting pretty much 2 whirls back to back, like pretty much doubling the amount of distance you can travel. Um, and I think this is really, really important. Even though you don't use it that often, and people would be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna use 4 like loadout cards of this instead of 5. I personally only go with 5 because if I really need, let's say I'm like really in their back line and I need to whirl, billow, whirl like for a ton of distance, then I have that in my pocket. So I mean, again, people have their own, metas and their own conceptions about how the game works. So that's why I'm putting it in A, because I think you can definitely play Zhin without this maxed out. But personally, I think this card is very, very strong. And how I pretty much run my loadout is Hideout 5, Vicious 5, Viciousness 5, Malice 2, and then just kind of 2-1 cards or whatever. I'll talk about Wildfire. I think this is okay. I think you could definitely try to make like a kind of AoE Zen. Definitely that now that like Yomi is back, you can kind of like Yomi into Whirl and get quite a bit of AoE damage. I just don't see it. I think just playing default is just more impactful, and going for flanks and stuff is kind of a little bit more impactful. Um, but it can be fun. So yeah, definitely. And it can output quite a bit of like mobility as well. So if you, I think you could definitely one trick this kind of, and definitely play with it like the Genji kind of dash reset kind of thing. So yeah, up in smoke. Mm, Put this in B. Um, Billow is pretty strong because it gives you immunity and it cleanses caught. So this can really like help you get out of dodge and get healed up. So this is pretty good. Fuel the Fire, 25% movement speed for 2 seconds on a 7-second cooldown. I just don't think that's useful at all, really. I mean, you should just go for like hideout and just like blow out cooldowns. I like blowing out cooldowns, like a 15-second cooldown is fine. Like you're gonna get that back just like kind of poking out. Especially like if you get a kill or two, and in return you blow a 15-second cooldown to get hideout out like back. Like it's fine, and like you're just gonna go back into default and you're gonna be in an advantage state. So um, I just I just don't like these kind of cards. Bladedancer. I don't want to put everything in B, but it's kind of how it's looking right now. It's pretty much just like in here you probably just don't use, and then everything in B is kind of like a one card if you kind of want to use it. All right, I'll talk about Fan the Flame. I'll put in A, but it's really difficult to put Fan the Flame and Hideout together. Like if Fan the Flame goes in A, then I think I'm putting Hideout in S. I just don't like the killing blow aspect of it. Maybe they could cut this in half and make it elim, but even still, I think that's like so strong. But I mean, like the killing blow is like what is unique about it. So I like the uniqueness of it, and I think I'm gonna put it in A and then Hideout in S. because the amount of snowball you can get with this is quite crazy. You're not gonna get a lot of snowball in like higher ranks, but if you think you can snowball in lower ranks, this can definitely carry you. So I'm gonna put it in A. Bladedancer is gonna go in B, and then I mean it really doesn't matter. Like all these cards right here is pretty much like your one cards or whatever. Like personally, I would put Bladedancer a little bit higher. I so I think it's 5-2-2-1. So I my loadout is Vicious is 5, Malice 2, Bladedancer 2, Hideout 5, and then just like a one card like Dragon Oil. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed, and hopefully it's legible. I'm definitely gonna be working on that, and yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Um, I'll see you guys later.